Thought experiment. Thought experimentation is the process of using your imagination to create a hypothetical situation in your mind without actually conducting an experiment, and then drawing conclusions from it through logical reasoning. People use it a lot in science, philosophy, and math. It's super handy when you can't do a real experiment because it's either impossible or just not practical. Like in philosophy, to crack a tough moral question, or in physics, to figure out what a law or theory really means. It's cool because you're not limited by real-world stuff. You can think up all sorts of situations and see where they take you. Sometimes it can really shake up your usual way of thinking or give you a whole new perspective. Thought experiments have played an important role in the history of science and philosophy. Here are some famous scholars and their thought experiments. Einstein's theory of relativity. Light-speed train thing. Albert Einstein used all kinds of thought experiments when he was cooking up his theory of relativity. One of these, the light-speed train experiment, shows how light can look different depending on who's watching. It's a big deal for understanding how time and space can be relative. Schrodinger's cat. Quantum mechanics paradox. Erwin Schrodinger came up with this mind-bending thought experiment called Schrodinger's cat to point out how weird quantum mechanics can be. It's about a cat that's somehow both alive and dead at the same time, showing how things in quantum mechanics can exist in multiple states. It really helped people get their heads around some of the tricky parts of quantum physics. Galileo's falling bodies experiment. Heavy versus light objects falling. Galileo Galilei, who's famous for dropping stuff off the Tower of Pisa, used a thought experiment to prove that heavy and light things fall at the same speed. This idea was a game changer. It turned old theories about falling objects on their head and paved the way for modern physics like Newton's laws of motion. These examples show how just thinking stuff through in your head can lead to some huge breakthroughs in science. Each of these thought experiments led to big discoveries in their fields, and they're still a big part of how we understand science today.